Welcome to Rectory Ramble, Holy Week edition.
So this will be a holy ramble.
This better be holy, better than chicken pranks. Just watch out, it's coming to get you.
We'll see about that.
So we're going to go through some of the questions that you have submitted. And the first question that we want to answer is, what are you reading right now? I mean, what do you do in your free time? What are you reading?
Sure, I'll start. So right now I'm actually still taking classes at Sacred Heart, but it's all online. So I'm doing quite a bit of homework reading, especially for philosophy. But also I read a book by Willa Cather called Death Comes to the Archbishop.
Oh, yeah.
That was very good. And then for fun, I'm just reading, and I think it's pretty old, but it's called Count Dracula, just for fun.
Nice.
Great. How about you guys?
I'm reading Life of Christ by Fulton Sheen. So you may have noticed I'm quoting Fulton Sheen kind of frequently in my homilies. That's because I'm reading that. He's got lots of really good stuff. It's basically a commentary of the whole New Testament.
Yeah, it's one of the best books on the life of Christ I've ever read. It's excellent. It's excellent.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm reading Narnia and Beyond. It's an excellent book. It's basically discussing the philosophy and the aesthetics behind fantasy, the genre. I love fantasy and adventure and swashbuckling and things like that. And it discusses the...
What was that word?
Swashbuckling, swords and adventure and all these things. And it discusses the...
Kevin is teaching us lots of new words.
I know, we're learning.
But yeah, it just talks about the beauty of adventure and why it's so important to the mind of the human being to have those things. It talks about the religious background especially.
Awesome. I'm reading a book called Can a Catholic Be a Socialist? The answer is no, and here's why. That's the title of the book. By Trent Horn. It just came out with from Catholic Answers. In fact, I just finished it. It's one of the best books on Catholic social thought I've ever read. I'm just fascinated by what the church is teaching coming out of the Industrial Revolution and then engaging with this problem of Marxism and socialism, capitalism, going back and forth, and where the church's teaching is and how it challenges both. But it's very, very strong that a Catholic cannot be a socialist, properly understood. So, fascinating book. I love that. And I noticed that I spoke to the people instead of you guys about that. I don't know, I felt like that was a really good book, and so I wanted to share that. Very good.
Awesome. And our second question is, why does the priest say, we dare to say, right before we say Our Father in the Mass? So far as I understand it, as a lowly seminarian, I believe the understanding is that God is so beyond us. God is not simply a slightly more powerful intellectual being, but we gotta remember that God is our source and so much higher than us. And so the fact that we're calling him Father or Dad it's kind of audacious or daring to say to the greatest being in existence, hey, Dad. And to be able to say we dare is basically recognition of the intensity of what we're about to pray.
Yeah.
Do you sort of like going up to the Pope and be like, hey, Frank?
Frankie.
But that's exactly what God does. He wants us to call him
right.
Father, even Daddy.
It's
That's
just
how close he wants to be.
It's so easy for us to take this for granted, right? This close relationship we have with God, for granted that he draws near to us. He's Papa, he's Abba, right? And we say it every time. And so this invocation, we dare to say, it's like, wow, like God is that close to us. He's that near us, right? He loves us that much. And so, and yet at the same time, we would be completely evaporated without his grace. We just wouldn't have enough grace to stand in his presence. And it's just amazing.
Another question we got asked, several different people basically asked the same question. It's, any chance we'll be doing a Eucharistic procession through neighborhoods, through the Brighton area? What do you think about that?
Absolutely. I can't wait. So right now the question is how are we going to do that? I mean, we could have you in the back of a truck or something, holding me up as I'm blessing people. I don't know if the police would actually enjoy that, but they may let us. Or maybe being escorted by a policeman around. That would be great.
We get a flatbed trailer. We could set up a whole platform for you.
We can have you on a loudspeaker saying everyone repent and believe in Jesus as I'm blessing them. right?
We can be chanting the divine praises as we go by.
Oh,
Done,
yeah.
and you could sing. I know how much you love singing.
Yeah. Penance. Penance is a part of
You
Lent.
could probably brandish a sword or something. You have your little fantasy thing while we're
Oh,
doing
just LARPing while we're doing this.
I mean, like, why not? I mean, it'd be a very fantastical adventure
Fantastic.
for you. But no, I mean, what about the idea of going around the county, right? Like taking the county line and claiming it for Jesus, right? With Jesus and the Blessed Sacrament. What do you guys think about
I'm
that?
all about it.
Sounds awesome to me. I
Yeah.
love it, actually.
So there's a chance.
Yeah. Okay. And our last question is more of a what do we do in our free time question. It's what board games do we like to play?
I've asked them to play Monopoly and they won't. So I guess Monopoly is
Sorry.
out. We
I've
even have
never been asked by you to play Monopoly. What are you talking about?
Monopoly
I asked these
destroys
two.
relationships. It
So
goes
basically, we don't.
Monopoly destroys relationships.
It does.
At this point, we have not played any board games. We do play cards, though.
Yes.
We had an epic card night. Well, first it was you two and me. Father Matthias wasn't there. We played Up and Down a River, and I lost like I usually do because I'm not very good at cards. But then the next night, or a few nights later, all four of us played Hearts, and I probably had the best Hearts performance I've ever had. I shot the moon 3 times, or was it just twice? Twice.
It's
Okay.
3 in his mind.
I think it was 3. You guys are probably forgetting. Anyways, that was a very enjoyable game.
It was a devastating game.
And then we played Euchre. And
That's
that was
right.
Also,
Euchre's fun.
I don't
Euchre's
remember
fun.
who won that game.
I love the board game Tellest Raishin. So have you guys ever heard of that?
Yes.
We played that with my priest fraternity a couple of weeks ago. We had 8 of us here at the table, and we were laughing so hard that I remember like having a hard time breathing. We were laughing so much. It's basically like telephone and Pictionary together. So you pick a word and then you draw it, and then the person has to guess what you drew, and then write that down. The person has to draw what the guess was, and then it goes around, and it starts like with one word and it ends completely different, and you can see how the lost in translation happens. It's an amazing game.
Is there a time limit for how long you have to draw?
Yep, there's a little hourglass.
Okay.
I mean a minute glass, but it's hourglass, but it's plastic,
Right.
only for a minute.
So the question that really everyone's wondering, and even though it hasn't been submitted in our little question form, is, Father Matthias, what's with the goatee? I mean, we go into this
Dude,
virus shutdown, and all of a sudden you're growing all this facial hair.
honestly, it first started out with laziness. You got a pandemic, things are shut down, so you're not gonna. I didn't have to shave, right?
Right.
And then that was like the first or second day, and then I realized this could be like my pandemic penance. It could be like penance for other people. People look at me like, "What is that thing?" Right? It could be like my kind of a little pandemic penance, or COVID goatee.
See, I like it because we already get confused so much. Now there's a better chance maybe they'll keep us distinct because you have facial hair and I don't. But
People still confuse us.
they do all the time, especially the kids at school or elsewhere. They're like, "Hey, Father Matthias." I'm like, "Hey, I'm not Father Matthias, but it's good to see you."
My favorite part about the
Wow.
school kids is that this is actually funny. They can tell the difference between me and Father Joe is that sometimes Father Joe is the priest that wears the dress at the school, which is hilarious. And that sometimes they say Father Matthias or Father Joe is the one that has more hair than Father Matthias. It's true. I'm losing my hair. So I gotta compensate with it right here on my face. But no, this is. I don't even know. Should I keep it? I'm trying to trim it. And some people don't like it. Some people really like it. I could, in one sense, I don't really care because I'm not going to keep it very long. I'm kind of concerned. I don't know how people do this with a goatee. They go outside and they're in the sun and they shave it and their whole face is tan except this part. That would look kind of awkward. But if we're not really seeing people in person, why not? So if you guys want me to keep it, how about you put something down in the comments, say we like it, keep it. If not, we don't like it, shave it. Like make yourself look like Father Joe who can't grow a goatee. Just put it, whatever you want to say, just put it down there, and I'll just try to see what wins. That would be fun. Lastly, Father Joe does not know how I'm going to get him back for his chicken prank. It was very embarrassing. I fell to the floor. That was not like I didn't know it was coming, and Father Joe enjoyed it way too much.
Oh, it's great.
And I'm just trying to be really nice right now, because when it comes, it could be hiding under your bed. No, I'm not gonna. Either way, it's gonna be good. So, God bless you. Thanks for joining our chapel chats, and hope to see you soon.
Did you make the banana bread?
I did not make the banana bread.
Where'd it come from?
It came from oh shoot, who's the person who dropped it off?
You don't even know?
Person who dropped it off. I'm trying to remember their name. I mean, it's delicious. It's some of the most intense banana bread I've had.
Do you know how to make banana bread?
Yeah, but definitely not this good. This is
Welcome. Oh, sorry.
What?
I was just gonna say welcome, then I just started laughing. Welcome to our chapel chat. Oh, you're laughing.
Let's just start over.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I can't stop.
What are you laughing at?
Because you got me going. Okay. Sorry. Let me just take a second here.
Welcome back to the next. I'm sorry. I was like in the middle of moving. I shouldn't have done that.
Okay. I ruined it again.